Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-diving deep into the Grand Line to explore a story that could slot right into the One Piece canon. This is a fan-made saga. I've been cooking up a multi-part adventure for the Straw Hat Pirates. So grab your favorite snack Luffy would approve and let us set sail for part 1 of our original story, The Dawn Pearl. Imagine this. The thousand sunny drifts into a stretch of ocean unlike any they've ever seen. It's called Tideglass Cove, and at night, the water itself seems to glow, shimmering like a vast sheet of polished obsidian under the moonlight. The crew is, of course, mesmerized. Nami is calculating the potential value of glowing seawater. Sanji is planning a romantic dinner under the ethereal light. And Zoro is probably lost somewhere on deck, even though it's a straight line to the galley. As they anchor, they hear whispers from a nearby island. The locals speak of a legendary treasure known as the Dawn Pearl. This wasn't just any jewel. It was said to be a gem of immense power, the very heart of an ancient kingdom that now lies in ruins at the bottom of the cove. They say it glowed with the light of the sunrise and could power an entire civilization. The moment the words legendary treasure hit Luffy's ears, you know exactly what happens next. He throws his fist in the air, a massive grin splitting his face, and declares, "All right, a treasure hunt. Let's go get it." There's no arguing with the captain when he's in treasure mode. Sanji prepares some waterproof bento boxes. Usopp nervously starts designing a super advanced, definitely won't fail deep-sea diving suit for himself. And Nami, despite her initial caution, can't resist the allure of a gem that powered a kingdom. The thought of its monetary value makes her eyes turn into berry symbols. Zoro, ever the stoic, just sharpens his swords, ready for whatever lurks in the deep. So down they go into the shimmering, silent depths of Tideglass Cove. The underwater world is breathtaking. Wrecked ships and crumbling stone structures from the Lost Kingdom litter the seafloor, all bathed in that strange internal light. It's a ghostly, beautiful graveyard. Luffy, encased in a bubble, is already stretching his arms to propel himself faster, while Zoro, somehow, is already swimming in the wrong direction. Heading towards a particularly menacing-looking shipwreck. Suddenly, the old wreck groans. Its structure, weakened by centuries underwater, begins to collapse right on top of him. Nami screams. Sanji prepares to launch a blue walk rescue, but before anyone can react, a blur of motion cuts through the water. A figure, swift and precise, darts past them. With a flash of what looks like a modified naval cutlass, they expertly slice through the falling debris, creating an escape route for Zoro, just in time. As the dust settles, the crew gets a good look at their mysterious savior. It's a woman with sharp, intelligent eyes and the disciplined bearing of a soldier. She introduces herself as Captain Mira. She's not a pirate, but she's no longer with the Marines either. She's a treasure hunter, and she's here for the same reason they are, the Dawn Pearl. But her motives are different. She explains that she isn't after the pearl for wealth. She is trying to get to it before a ruthless pirate crew known as the Crimson Fleet does. According to Mira, the Crimson Fleet is notorious for their destructive ambition, and they want the Dawn Pearl to power a terrifying ancient weapon. They unearth a device she calls the Tidebreaker. She looks at them with grim determination, explaining that in the hands of the Crimson Fleet, the Tidebreaker could create tidal waves capable of wiping entire islands off the map. Hearing about a threat to innocent people, the Straw Hat's mission instantly changes. It's no longer just a treasure hunt. It's a race to protect the world. Luffy, of course, is fired up. A bad guy to punch, a treasure to protect. He's all in. An uneasy alliance forms. Nami is still suspicious of Mira's true intentions. Sanji is immediately enamored with the strong, beautiful captain, and Usopp is now twice as scared, but he puts on a brave face. Guided by Mira's knowledge of the ruins, they navigate the treacherous underwater city. She seems to know the layout, pointing out hidden dangers and ancient traps. It's clear she's done her homework. They finally arrive at the heart of the kingdom, a colossal pulsating with a strange, humming energy. Intricate patterns cover its surface, glowing faintly in the deep-sea gloom. This has to be the resting place of the Dawn Pearl. Mira warns them to be careful, that the energy sealing the vault is unknown and potentially dangerous. But we're talking about Luffy here. Caution isn't exactly his strong suit. His curiosity gets the better of him. "Ew, it's buzzing," he says, reaching out his rubbery hand the moment his fingers make contact with the vault's surface. Everything goes wrong. The humming energy surges, and a deep, resonant tremor shakes the entire cove. The ground beneath them rumbles violently. But this is no ordinary seaquake. The debris around them, the ancient shipwrecks, they aren't sinking or shifting. They're rising. All around them, colossal silhouettes begin to ascend from the seabed, breaking free from centuries of watery slumber. And then, the main event, the very ground they are standing on, erupts. A massive ancient ship, larger than any they've ever seen, bursts from the ocean floor. It rockets towards the surface, water cascading from its colossal hull. The ship is regal, almost pristine, despite its age, and on its tattered mast, a flag still bears the royal crest of the Lost Kingdom. It breaches the surface of Tideglass Cove with a thunderous roar, emerging under the moonlight like a ghost reborn. Back on the Thousand Sunny, the remaining crew members can only stare in disbelief. Down below, Mira's eyes are wide with shock and a hint of terror. She whispers, her voice trembling, "No, ... It shouldn't have awakened yet." Before anyone can even process what that means, the ship's figurehead, a masterfully carved sea dragon, begins to move. Its stone eyes glow with an eerie red light, and its giant carved mouth creaks open, and from it comes a sound that defies all logic, a roar that is not of wood and stone, but of a living, breathing beast. The ancient kingdom's guardian has awakened, and that's where we leave part 1. What is this colossal living ship? What does Mira mean by "it shouldn't have awakened yet"? And how will the Straw Hats fight a literal battleship that roars? Let me know your theories in the comments below. I had so much fun writing this, and I can't wait to share part 2 with you all. If you enjoyed this original One Piece story, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next chapter of the Dawn Pearl saga. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.